This video is made possible by the following sponsors. Make sure to check out their awesome products in the links below. Hey guys, Jimmy here and welcome back to iRacing for another video. Now, seeing as I didn't get to drive yesterday in the Virtual Endurance Championship, spoilers.
Fuck's sake! By estimated that Rushmaster's car has quite a large lead now. It's a bit slow.
I still need to satisfy my craving for a race, so here we are at Spa in the iRacing Grand Prix series. Now, it's been a very long time since I've raced in this series. I would say probably either the start of 2016 or the end of 2015 was my last official race, and as such you can see this livery is a little bit dated. In fact, it even says Goldflake on the side of it, and those of you who watch me on Twitch will know exactly what that means. We're going to be driving in VR today for a couple of reasons. Firstly, because I want to see what wearing VR is like over a long distance race and how that comes across for you guys as viewers. And also because driving in an open top car, be it an F1 car or an open top prototype, is best in VR. It's probably the best car you can drive in the virtual reality experience, and I would wholeheartedly recommend it to those with the means to do so. The race starts in a couple of minutes time, so I'll bring you back when we go to our qualifying lap. As for my preparation for this race, I've done about a stint. The car feels okay. I don't think I'm the fastest guy out there, but after yesterday in VEC, I just want to finish. Well, in time-honoured tradition, I went and bottled qualifying. I only got in a very slow banker lap, a 1:52. Puts us down 10th place on the grid in this 15-car field, so all to do in the race. Race setup loaded. Let's just hope that I can have a clean one. Okay, sitting on the grid then, in our McLaren MP430. Been a while since I've done this. Standing start, something I have not practiced. So I'm going to just pop. I'm going to go on to 4 on the deploy. I don't want to get too much of a ridiculous getaway. T1 here, the source is a hairpin, as obviously you know if you've come to Spa, so there'll be lots of jostling going to there, waiting for the lights, build up the revs a little bit. Guy in front just jumped the start, saw that, and not a bad start. Thank you very much, sir. Up to P5 already. Smash.
Keep to the right. Clear on the left.
Checking the mirrors, there he is, kind of the blind spot finally. Oh, slow through the source, oh sorry, Rouge first time round. Being in this car is quite scary. What's this guy doing going on the grass? Now pop into the slipstream now. Look to the mirrors. Oh, and they're going to go to the, take the line here, maybe go around the outside. No, not quite going to do that there first time around. Just keeping an eye on the ERS as well. Lots of stuff going on this first lap. That's a good start from us. Really happy with that, up to P5. Oh, I've got the car right in my mirrors. Really cool to have to look to the mirrors here, of course. Not sure what sort of race pace we have. Going to move the brake bias back a tiny bit. Being nice and soft first time through. Looks like the guys in front are pulling away. The guy behind me is right on me. It's a free namer, so got to be careful there. Guys in front needs to fight a little bit. I'm being a bit soft in this first lap. We've got 29 laps here, so just over half distance of the real Spa GP, so lots of time to make moves and get into a rhythm, etc. First time through Stavlo 2. Car's not too bad through there. So this fella is probably going to have a run on us coming up to the bus stop. I'm going to make sure to make my car nice and wide coming into Blanchimont. Guy in front went into the grass there. A little bit of a lift through there first time through. There you go, one lap done. A little bit of lag going into there. Hopefully you don't see that too much in the recording. One lap done then. P5 from P10. That is a nice start. Let's get into the top 5 straight away. Now we can focus on what's in front. Might just move down to a bit of a faster ERS setting after the top of Rouge. We'll see coming over top of Radion. I should say, oh, a little bit of a lift through their cars. So skew whiff through there. It's a bit scary, frankly, but that's the setup. Got sort of a mid downforce setup on this car at the moment. So we're pretty decent everywhere, as opposed to being strong in the straights or fast through the middle sector. That's how you sort of set up cars around here. You either set it up to be fast in the first and last sector, you set up to be a demon through the middle sector. This is a bit of both. So maybe I'm not quite going down the right route there. The guy who's in first has just checked out, as I saw. He had a really fast qualifying time, so I'm not quite surprised by that. Making a little bit of a gap to the guy behind, which is nice. Makes me think that everyone else around me was maybe a slightly higher ERS rating there. A little bit of a moment going through Paul. Really easy to do that now to the Fania chicane. Fifth gear on the way in. Roll it through. Guy in front is taking some odd lines. I feel like he's not quite having a good time out there right now. Fourth gear through Stavilo 1. Find the exit. There it is. The blend through here. The car isn't quite flat in a lot of places. Of course, this being an F1 car, it's an old reg F1 car, and thankfully we're behind those regs now, but means we haven't got as much downforce as the modern machines do. Bit slippier in a straight line though. Third gear through the bus stop. We aren't being gapped by the guys in front, which is a good thing. Not sure how long until we get DRS.
Keep digging.
Alright dude, I'm digging. I am digging some holes. Just obviously looking up the front right tyre slightly there. Oh, car slow on the exit, like it's a lap car. He shouldn't get in our way. If he does, I will be an angry boy. So we've got DRS, nice. Off through here. Always feels a bit scary going through. They're going to just pop on the old DRS a bit higher just so we can use this DRS. There you go, guys. Just playing with the DRS. Oh, guy in front locks up, goes over the chicane at Lake Elm. He's going to have to yield the position.
Car on your left. Clear.
There he is, nice, up to P4. That guy in front looks like he was threatening to make a mistake for a while and finally did. Oh, God. Going a bit deep into there, locking up the front tyres. Not too bad. You can do a lot of management with this just by actually managing your regen. What are we at now? Actually quite a high regenerative setting at the moment. Oh, snap there! On the exit of Pool, I said this car is far from planted. So used to going through Pool now and the sort of modern F1 cars and sims that you go through in this, and it just seems like a whole different ball game. It's just not fast at all. Guy behind is right on me, unsurprisingly. After that mistake, we'll see what it's like up here. I'm going to keep it on the 5. If he wants to use the DRS to get past, he can, but I'll save him and come back at him with the DRS coming up Kemmel. We'll see. Maybe he'll wait for then. Sometimes you get people being quite impatient in these races. Looks like we're actually pretty quick through that last sector. Locking up there on the way into the bus stop. So easy to do that, and must say being in VR makes it really easy to spot these big old curbs on the inside. The guy behind is right on me. Move that regen down a little bit, shall we?
You're in fourth position.
Oh, I can see him in the mirror there. Can really not take the time to have a look though. Gonna put it down to a bit of a higher ERS deployment there, just so we can maybe have a little bit of a nicer run. Oh, again, getting a little bit skew whiff over the top of Radion there. Gonna go down to 1 just to defend this position. I don't really want to give it up now. No, he's not going to quite be close enough, luckily. Saying that, and then lock up going into Lake Elm, but we managed to just about get it turned in. Might even go even a little bit further back on the brake bias. I'm going to do that now. I've got a little mini straight here with a brake bias on my shifter. Almost similar to having a little knob in the cockpit, but I've got a big knob. So I'm compensating. Off it through no name. So easy just to gather up off tracks around here. Yeah, I've used up quite a bit of ERS now. Remember, when I first drove this thing, I used to hoard ERS, I used to be scared of using it, and I'm still a little bit like that now, actually. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I told myself to do it before the bloody race started. I forgot to assign a tear-off button, so we're going to be fairly murky by the time this race ends. That behind's right on me. I think he's getting a little bit impatient. Maybe I'm holding up a little bit. We'll see. David Cadmore behind us. Let's see what David's got, shall we? Yeah, this is my first race for a while on IGPS, so my goal really is just to try and get to the end, but if we can get there in a decent position, that's all the better. And lock up, going into the bus stop. Oh, I'm not carrying any speed there, I'm just... Ah, no! So easy to do that out there. Looks like the guys behind are actually teammates.
Left side.
Won't make it work on the outside, dude.
Clear on the left.
I'll tell you that now. I'm doing that now. He's actually put himself in danger from the car behind. Going to put up the regen a little bit because we're actually starting to not run low, but we aren't exactly swimming in ERS. So many little moments in this car. We're actually eating ERS right now, so I'm going to have to go down a little bit. I'm braking a bit too early in places. It seems that the guy behind seems to be a lot better on the brakes than me. Don't really have that much confidence in the car, frankly. It's a setup that I did get off, I think, the setup sync. But hopefully it will come to me a bit later on in the race. Hopefully I'll find that confidence that I'm lacking right now as the car gets a little bit lighter. When it's heavy, it is a bit more difficult. Softly, softly. Now on the throttle, nice. Use the downforce. Drive it into the corner a bit more. The guy behind is so good on the brakes. I've got to give it to him. Maybe he's running a lower regen than me. Who knows? You see on the throttle indicator in the bottom right hand corner, I'm not quite full throttle through Stavro 2. Don't quite have that confidence yet. A real max regen, and we're still starting to lose out. Hopefully we'll get a nice big hit of it. Whoa, car skate you through there. There you go, locking up into the braking zone again. This is part of having the regen quite high. It's keeping me in front right now though, so I'm not really going to go around changing it. I'm going to have to do that though. A nice tight line at the source on the throttle, nice and early. Now this is probably going to be it for me. I'm not sure I can defend this one. I haven't got the ERS in available really to do it. We'll see. I'm going to go defensive nice and early. Let them know exactly what I'm doing. He thinks better of it though. It's good for me. Means I get another lap in front. Hopefully I can just regen a little bit. Get some back so I can be in a place to defend the next lap. This is why I love driving these sort of cars with the hybrid, because there's management involved as well. And you know, you could argue that driving this car is difficult as it is, but why not throw in some more fun? Bit of a Broadbent train behind me, but I'll get over it. Just locking the brakes every time I get on them at the moment. Being a bit too harsh on that old brake pedal, bless it. Okay, good. Again, just we've got a bit more ERS this time, which is good. We are starting to bring some back. And we've got a bit more downforce, I think, than the guy behind, so we can go through here pretty much flat, where he has to get off the pedal a bit. On now, softly. Try not to get any wheel spin off the corner. Just defending right now. It's so great having these mirrors. I love this effect. Best part of VR is looking into the mirrors and seeing when the guy is behind you. Makes you feel like a fucking badass. In reality, of course, I'm just sitting in the shed talking to myself, but I'm still a badass, damn it. Right, okay, we've got a bit more ERS to defend with this time. So you can't quite get the move done around the outside, which is great for me. I think a lot of my braking issues are coming with the regen. I'm going to go actually a bit further back on the brake bias just to try and remedy that a little bit. Got a bit of a gap to the cars behind. Oh, looking down there, that was silly. It's a bit of time. Things with VR, you can't really look at your standings all the time. I wish I had sort of a better spotter slash crew teeth here. Seems the guy behind has a lot more confidence driving it into the corner, where I'm very much doing a very slow entry with the emphasis entirely on the exit. not failing me so far. Looking down there, okay. At the mirrors again just to check where he is and then eyes forward. Oh, getting slippy through there. That's better. Actually slowing the car down this time. Much smoother through there. Means we can actually take our proper line through here this time. But the guy in front is absolutely ruining the mistake he made. Because now look how much it's costing him in terms of time. Guys in front are just gone. I've got no competition for them, but I'm looking solely in my mirrors right now. Okay. It's so hard to describe what the car is like through there. It's just moving around a lot. Yeah, okay, cool. Wouldn't might have a go into Rivage then. I saw him in the mirror on the right. I was a little bit scared he might try it, but he didn't, fortunately. Loving this tear off stuff that I forgot to set. Go me! Again, see how much slower I am, just going to the corner that he is. Focusing on that exit. But right now the guy behind is just thinking about where he can strike, where I'm slower, which is, I'm actually slower a lot of the places right now, of course. I did start a little bit out of position, but my start was pretty decent, if I say so myself. We ended up gaining quite a few places because of it, and maybe we're even out of position now, it's hard to say. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to go defensive here. I'm across like I have been. One way of doing it, Jimmy. Oh, that's bad through there. Very slow indeed. Really backing up the guy behind.
Left side. Still there. Clear.
He can't quite get it done. That must be so frustrating for him. He's out right on me. I can see him. The mirror's going from side to side. This is going to be it now. I can't defend this.
Kick to the right. Clear.
There you go. He's passed finally, but we gave it our best shot. Makes a mistake going until they come though. Kept him there as long as I could possibly keep him there. The prize didn't get done a bit earlier, frankly, but good job there getting past. Took advantage of my bad run out of the source and just kept it going from there. Ah, see that's me trying to follow his line through there. See how the front just washes away. He's now pulling away outside of DRS range. I'm sure he's got the thing turned up now, looking ahead as opposed to looking behind. This is where we've been a bit faster than him. Maybe we can pull him back in again. We'll see. I'm currently in quite a low. I'm going to just go up one more. The lower number there is actually the higher setting. Oh my god. The wiggle through there. That was scary. Love it. Couldn't run that any deeper if I tried then. That behind a really big look there. Where is he? Get back in the fray. Oh, that's bad, Jimmy. Took a bit too much curb that time. course, I'm sure there's people screaming at me watching this video being like, Jimmy, you're managing your ERS wrong, and I probably am. It's been a while since I've driven this. I'm not sure there's been an update at all. I'm going on old data, so to speak. Oh my god. Bad. We've got yellow flag up ahead.
Go right.
That is a place. Okay, easy now. Hanging on to this thing with no SWs can be quite difficult. Of course, these things downforce cars, so the force seatbelt loads up quite significantly in the faster corners. You have to really put effort into the wheel to get it turning. So the guy in front is just fucking wasted me now. He's just gone, absolutely checked out, as I'd sort of expected him to do. Oh no, oh no, oh no. How do we slow down for that? Alright. Back up into P5 now at least.
You're back in fourth position.
Fourth even, sorry. Top 5 seems pretty guaranteed at this point. We are pulling away from the cars behind just about. This guy's going to have a good run at me now. Now I have the choice here. Do I want to defend it? I think I do. Again, he's going to have DRS, so he's going to be a bit of a fast ball in a straight line, but we're going to take this line nice and early. He hasn't quite got the speed to get alongside, so I'm going to take the line back. Shouldn't be doing that through Lacombe, but hey ho. My bowler. That's something I need to manage as well, is me interacting with the car in terms of setting it up and adjustments. I need to stop doing that mid-corner. It's such a bad habit of mine. Now I'm starting to sweat inside the headset. We're not even at half distance yet. Behind is just he's now facing the same challenge his teammate did, it seems, where he just can't quite get by. He hasn't quite got the speed in the right places, and luckily I'm just able to keep him there. Boy, okay. Starting to get sweaty inside the headset. That's bad. You start getting water or sweat running down your face, and it finds its way into your eyes pretty easily, and you can't really just wipe out your eyes. Of course, you're in VR, you're in the fucking headset. Not possible. Oh my god, he's so much better on the brakes than me. Maybe he's running, again, a low regen and a higher and a low map, where I'm running a higher map and a low regen. Meaning that I'm bad on the brakes, but I'm okay in the straight. That was bad. Big understeer through the source. Actually being caught by the guys behind now, I think. And my pace has slowed up. Oh my god, Jimmy. There's a corner there, mate. Take the apex! I think it's too late now. I think we might have just ruined our chance to defend that. Oh my god, the understeer at the front really coming in. Might even go even further back on the brake bias. Really struggling to slow this thing down at the moment. I need to get into a rhythm because I'm not really in one right now. I've not been in one since the start of the race. I'm get pull on, I end up hitting the curb on the inside, and that's really slow to do that. Okay. Nice bit of a gap to the car behind. Good to have one there coming up the hill, because this is all uphill, and of course being in the slipstream really improves your speed, especially in these cars. So much downforce being generated, and that hole in the air is so big. Guy behind's pitting in, apparently. Interesting. That's something I don't know, by the way. I don't know if I have to pit for tyres. I'm not going to. I'm going to just fucking one stop it and hope for the best, but he's pitted in. Maybe he's got damage from somewhere. That's interesting. Well, if I somehow take the lead, by the way, I am not in any way situated for a pit stop. I have nothing set up for pit stop, because last time I raced this, you just drive to the end. But we'll see, I suppose. He's pitted in, so that leaves me in P4. Is that him pulling out? No, it's not. Now, maybe with a little bit less pressure, I can drive better. We'll see. I don't count on it, though. Saying that, I then just miss that apex by a fucking country mile. Interesting to see inside the VR where it's starting to get a bit hot in here. The screen is starting to get more and more sort of blurry as condensation makes its way in. Someone mentioned cutting a hole in the side of it. That lets in a lot of light, so I don't know really if I want to do that. That was scary. Just trying to focus on my marksman. I haven't got to watch my mirrors anymore, which is sort of a nice feeling. It means I can just look ahead instead of having to constantly look up to the right and left. The thing I like about VR though is you can see when I'm doing that. It's a very clear movement either way. Down to 5 here and run a couple laps on 5, I think. The car gets lighter through there. It's very weird because the tyres are wearing, but the car's getting lighter. So you end up having this slide, but it's almost more of a controllable slide. At the start of the race, it's more of a snap, and it's quite scary actually. Another lap down to P14 out of 29 now, so we're getting to the halfway distance, and happy to say we're in P4 after starting P10 on the grid. Really happy with that start still. No idea how we pulled that off, given it's been a long time since I've driven this, but of course, throttle control, I guess, is something. It doesn't matter what you drive, really. Oh, Jesus Christ. Eau Rouge is scary every time I go through it. The car doesn't want to turn in for the first part, and then once it turns in, the rear end starts to walk around a little bit. It's actually quite scary. Some of your welcomes in chat. Someone's done something naughty, I wonder. I wonder what happens to that guy behind. Again, if you already know, if you're an iGPS regular and you're shouting at me right now going, Jimmy, you got to pit in for tyres. Well, we're going to do the no stop, boys. We're going to make it work. Not sure what we are on off tracks so far. Don't think I've had that many. That's better through there. Just a maybe not. Maybe not better through there. Bloody hell, car. But just like I said, when you get so used to driving the modern machinery through there, the 2017 cars, of course, and you drive this thing, which is now a bit of a radic almost, you just don't have that same grip. And it's so hard to get used to because, of course, these cars are some of the ugliest cars that I think ever appeared in F1 history. But oh god, it's awful. And corners like here, corners like Blanchimont are just not flat, like they're a lift, they're a blend. But Pool One's one of those corners that really eats your lap time if you get it wrong, and unfortunately I did get it wrong, so yeah, lost a bit of time to the guy behind, unsurprisingly. Need to actually keep an eye on that because he's starting to get a bit closer, and of course within the second you get the old DRS, which I do not want him to get really. Understeers, there you go, and then at the top over Radion, it's a scary boy. Gonna try something quickly. I'm gonna actually go this way, a little bit less regeneration and a little bit less ERS, and see if that helps us in the braking at all. I imagine it probably will. That's not good, Jimmy, is it? You've got to actually take the corners properly. Means of course doing this that we might also save a bit of ERS in case he gets here, and we can really just turn it up and defend ourselves. Although you could argue we maybe might be able to be in that place in the first place if we drive better. And just steer at the front, so the front tyre sliding softly, 7th gear, now back on full throttle. That's better. Try not to touch the curb, it's so tempting though. Just before you hit the curb, that is where you want the tyre to be. You hook it in. As soon as you hit the curb, it completely ruins it. That's better. No, he's gaining. He's gaining pretty quickly, it seems. I think we're running maybe a lower downforce set than a lot of people around us, because I feel like we are... Scary. I think that we're pretty decent in the first and last sector. But we sort of struggle in the heavy braking and the mid sector, it feels like. It's gained again. My place is going to be under contention soon, I think. I'll put it back down to... I'm going to go P4 for a couple of laps. I say P4, it's not called P4, but that's what I call it in my mind! C4, there you go. Watching him in a straight line. Oh, there's been an overtake behind me, I think. Someone's coming back through the field, it feels like. I think this is the guy who maybe spun earlier. Which means I really do have to get on with it, because he's going to be wanting to get past soon. That's not the best way of getting on with it, Jimmy. Going over the curbs, you have to just get off the throttle and roll over it. It really slows you down. My driving has not been too great in this video so far. I'm sorry about that, guys. I said it's my first time driving this car for a while. I did about an hour worth of practice to make sure that I could still drive it. I sort of can. But I'm definitely not a fast boy. Well, they're fighting behind me, it seems. Good, keep fighting, lads. Let me run away! Oh my god, the car. Can you not? Seems like a better way of doing that, actually, is taking a slightly wider line and letting the downforce work just a little bit longer. I can pretty much not really see out of my left eye at the moment. I can't see the gap at all down the bottom there. I have no idea how far the guy is behind me. Shows you just how sort of sweaty it's getting in here, which is interesting, because I wanted to know what it was like over a longer race, and now I'm getting my answer. Not too great. I mean, I can see enough to be able to pick up my braking points and most of the time find the apex of each corner, but it's definitely not ideal. I also started this on full fuel, the whole 66 kilograms, so has that moved? I think it says 3.9 maybe, I don't know. Hard to see, frankly. I'm hoping it says 10 seconds. What? I guess I made a mistake. Good. Okay, we've got a bit of breathing room now. So this is sort of what happens in these races. You end up on your own a lot. I remember my sort of my goal in these races was to get through them without making a mistake, because this car is actually very difficult to drive. Lots of torque. See, I'm in quite a high gear for a lot of his corners. Fourth gear for a Rivage seems silly, but you've got to be in it. You've got so much torque behind you. It's really easy to get the car spun around. You've seen it a couple of times through Pulm. I've had little mini moments. One there as well. See, the car wants to come around on you. Not much rear downforce. Not much downforce at all, actually. That's part of the charm of it. But all these things these cars are, they're pretty interesting to drive. Of course, we don't get that opportunity in real life, which is why it's cool to have them in the sim, because we get to go rag them around and try not to crash them. Not like he's just gained like a second on me through there. It's cool, I'm in no rush. Absolutely no rush. Now I had the option there to try and bring the car back onto the racing line, but I felt it twitch, and that usually means if I was to... We're only on free so far, that ain't too bad. Basically, when the car is twitching like that, if you try and put it back, no, it ain't going to work. It's going to just spin on you. So I took the off track there, just to keep myself alive, frankly. I think I'm shifting a bit too late as well. I'm just not shifting at the same point, actually. My shifting isn't great. Basically, my performance so far has been pretty average. I've just been lucky with people dying, etc. The guy in front is pulling away. The guy in first is 20 odd seconds up the road, so he's really smashing it. Good job him. Still got 11 laps to go, or 10 and a half, I should say, really. Just trying to be a bit more fluid. Downforce cars really respond to being smooth and fluid. You can't really be jerky with one of these cars. Saying that, I do that anyway because that's my horrendous driving style that everyone likes to point out every time I do a video. But this car really responds to nice, soft, gradual inputs, both on the steering and on the throttle and brake. Definitely a finesse to driving these cars, which is what you expect when something is so damn fast. And even though this doesn't produce that much downforce compared to the cars this year, this thing still produced a lot of downforce. It's definitely a downforce car. The rear tyre's getting cooked. Gap to the guy behind is pretty stable actually. I'm happy with that. As long as I can keep up this sort of pace. No more of those little moments though, please, Jimmy. Bit softer for you this time, just to compensate for last lap. Good. Being a lot softer into the bus stop now, just letting the car do its thing. And of course, every time you lock up the tyres, you're heating them up as well. Now, iRacing doesn't simulate flat spots, at least I don't think it does. If it does, it's hiding it pretty well. So we can, you know, it isn't a massive punishment when we lock up. The only thing we get is a bit of heat and a bit of wear, but of course, in the real life things, you lock up a tyre, you end up having prickly tyres, 50p pieces, which no one wants. Okay, cool. Yes, maybe good. Yeah, cool. Get over the rise every time it sort of shudders a little bit. Nice gap behind, coming up a bit longer. The guy behind seems to be making a couple of mistakes. I might not be the fastest guy out here today, but I'm just trying to get round here without making any mistakes, and that seems to be why I'm in 4th at the moment. I don't know what number I am in this, but I didn't check. I am the number 7 car, so this is we stand to gain I rating at the moment if we can keep this up. I just turned the ERS down there a tad, the deployment, just because I was noticing we were getting a little bit... I don't really like being below 20 ERS. On the little gauge down the right you can see it, just looking down there to enter my vision so you can see it. That's basically how much electric niceness we have left in the tank, how much fun we have left in the tank. When you're on 0, the car is a hell of a lot slower, so you don't want to get anywhere near that. And we sort of try and break even around here. We try and make sure we maybe start a lap with similar or slightly lower than we did last lap. And when you're new qualifying, you really notice how much, when you turn this thing up to qualifying trim, just how much it uses. I mean, we're talking like it will use about 70%, 75% on a qualifying lap. And that's, you know, that's 100 to 75, and or to 30 or 25, even my maths is bad. And you end up, you know, that isn't sustainable. Seems right now we're sort of in between 5 and 6 here. 10 laps to go, nice, okay. So just 10 more. Got a nice gap, about 10 seconds to the fellow behind. That keeps sort of fluctuating. I think he's actually a bit quicker than I am. But it keeps making little mistakes, and this allows me just to keep my gap, which is what I need right now. You can see I'm really getting out the throttle now. At Eau Rouge, you can see it in the bottom right hand corner, just where my gear indicator is. We aren't too much slower though. See our gear indicator, it does go down a little bit. We're running a slower ERS setting, basically meaning that we aren't having as much power on the straight. That car getting a little bit spicy now. I don't want a spicy car, I want a safe car, but of course this car never is bloody safe. So cool doing this in VR. I know a lot of people don't like the VR videos because, well, many reasons. They find them hard to watch, they think it's difficult to see from one eye, and I really hope at some point that maybe iRacing or one of the big sims goes, right, okay, people are now recording videos in VR, let's centre our view. Because of course you guys see what is basically my left eye. There's another display on my right eye as well, which gives me the effect of 3D, which is why sort of sitting in this car is really cool, because I can feel like I can reach out and touch the mirrors I wanted to. Do a Montoya and just rip it off on the straight or whatever the hell we did at Australia that time. But of course for you guys, you see 2D on the left, so you get a slightly skewed perspective, and I'm hoping a lot of you sort of... I'm hoping a lot of you don't mind that, because I think the thing that is best about VR videos is sort of the natural head movement. You get to see where the head moves and where I'm looking, etc. And that's actually worth quite a lot, I think, in videos. That's my opinion anyway. let me know, you guys, in the comments. Of course, I'm always trying to make better content. There you go, nice. Yeah, I mean, our gap is consistent right now. We're doing alright, we're doing okay. I'm still sweating like a pig because OSW plus headset plus concentrating equals sweat. And put that on my Tinder profile. Sweats profusely, that's hard to say all this, whilst driving fake racing car. I'll get me all the hits. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I think my my ground wire is starting to come a little bit loose, because that usually indicates when buttons start working like that. Luckily, the buttons I have on my wheel. Actually, no, I do have a pit limiter set. So if my buttons start, if the pit limiter starts going, then we know we're fucked. A little bit distracted there. I'm happy with this brake bias. I feel like maybe I should have started with the brake bias just a little bit further back than it is now. It feels a lot more consistent. Just don't quite have the confidence to drive the car anywhere though, as in drive it into the corner. I'm sort of just rolling it in nice and soft on the throttle. Again, you can see the inputs in the bottom right there. I'm trying to be as soft as possible with it. I'm also aware that I probably could be, or I might be dragging the brake a little bit because of how sensitive these pedals are. I have tried to set it up a couple of times. I obviously haven't done it quite enough. I'm just looking at it now, we're okay. Yeah, if I see if I just rest my foot there on the brake, which I have been doing, that might explain why we're a bit slower in a straight line. And again, someone's probably already commenting that, like, Jimmy, you idiot! In road cars, it isn't too bad when you do that. I mean, you are still slowing yourself down the straight line, but in a fucking Formula 1 car, when the brakes are big boys, you've got your foot on the brake, you're just losing time. In before now, we go like a second of that quicker. Let's watch that relative. We're on 5, okay. I think it's starting to come back to it. Oh jeez. I think we've been slowing ourselves down the entire race. I only just thought of it now. I only just thought of it. Bad Jimmer. Oh, okay. Nice and easy through here. I should be taking more speed. I'm just rolling it through. You can see there's not really much confidence in the car there. In qualifying, you're on the throttle, on the brake all the way through there, but in the race, in this current state of the car, you're just sort of letting it roll through, a little bit of throttle just to tidy it up, but not much. No name. The thing is, at this point, I don't really have much to lose or to gain, so I'm just going around as safely as possible at the moment. It's sort of the way of these races, you just end up on your own. Which is lonely, boys, but for the sake of our race, it's not too bad. Hoping we can stay with the 3X. 3X and a 4th would be nice, because I've not had a decent iRacing game for a while now. My iRating's down at about 2,000, and without meaning to sound big-headed or so, I feel like I should be at least 3,000 or so. No, I'm not the fastest guy out there, but 2,000 I don't think so, you know. Oh geez, saying that, I go and get another off track. Maybe I do deserve my iRating. Although part of racing is actually getting the result, and a lot of the time I'm a bit too aggressive for my own good and I end up doing mistakes and annoying people in the race and in the comments. So at the moment the car, it feels predictable, which is nice, but also like there is the edge of I will die if I'm not careful. I have no idea what that little bar in the top left is there that keeps going red. I assume it's like my lame bar. Whenever I be lame, it goes red and sort of warns me, Jimmy, you're being lame! Didn't do it then. It's interesting. Okay, 6 laps left. Camel straight is nice in this car, 'cause it's like a little bit of a break. People always, I've had someone give me shit in the past for using Spa a lot in my videos, etc. The thing about Spa is just one of those racetracks where like, it just has everything. It's just... And to drive, it's a very pleasurable track to drive. I rarely get bored of driving at Spa. Right now I just wish I had a little bit more grip, so I could drive a bit better, but that's just on me, that's on my setup. The setup again, I actually amended the setup I got from iRacing Setup Sync, which is a cool service by the way. I downloaded it today. Basically you just go, right, I want a setup for this track, and ones that have been submitted are just there for you to choose from, which is pretty nice. Especially with this sort of series where it's quite hard to get setups, because people are quite secretive with setups in this sort of series. There's a lot to change and a lot of stuff you can end up doing. I'm going to run 4 for a bit. That curb on the inside there. These cars are so stiff, you touch a curb like that that's raised, you end up having quite a bad time. Oh, a lot of brakes into there. Go. Starting to gain a bit of time, the fella behind. This is nice, see that we're just being consistent. I'm not looking at my lap times, I'm hoping they're sort of relatively consistent. 52s at the moment, which isn't great, frankly, but it is what it is. We're just going around at the moment, we're not pushing. That's something that I used to struggle with quite a lot, is just sort of reining it in. Just making sure that I'm doing, you know, going the Alain Prost style of thinking. Doing the least possible to the car, the least possible effort for the maximum possible speed. It's like efficiency. Right now I'm going a bit too far on the lax side because I've got nothing really to worry about. Quick look down to the relative. I can just about make out the numbers now. It's got a bit clearer in here again now. I think as I've been left alone with the guys behind me, it's become a bit easier. I wonder why that guy pitted still. I'm unsure. I might see if I'll probably save the replay and come back to it in non-Oculus, so I can show you guys maybe if you got involved in an incident at all. Maybe show you that start again because I feel fucking badass. But I'm unsure. He sort of faked me out there, but I thought I might have to pit as well. But he's actually back behind me again. He's 10 seconds down the road. Okay. That's interesting. Maybe he's on fresh tyres and just trying to go from there. I've got 10 seconds in hand, but he's got fresh tyres. Okay, so this has got interesting all of a sudden. Let's save up some ERS in case we have to defend. Needs to be gaining on me by about 2 seconds a lap. So I'm going to try and just increase my pace a little bit. Oh, I've got a shifter there. Okay, my grounding cable's definitely coming loose. Oh, see now you start pushing through there and the car does not respond at all. It's not a happy boy. Yeah, I'm just a little bit... And behind them is the number 1 car, so okay. Got 2 people now who I think maybe might post a challenge towards the end, depending just how fast they are through this latter half of the race. They might be super quick. Again, guy behind took tyres, I think. I believe he did anyway. With that, we had a stop-go or something. But the tyre stop was really putting a lot further back than that. Okay, yeah, look, he's gaining hand over fist. Come on now. Just a couple of good laps now, Jimmy, please. I think we do have enough time. Oh, please, stop that. You're scaring me. That was a better lap, though. We need some better laps. Immediately goes wide at the source like an absolute tool. Now I noticed that he was behind me, otherwise I'll still be leisure talking right now. I think we should be alright. I'm going to just try and keep up this sort of increased pace. I've turned it up by maybe about 15% or so. just to keep a little bit of a buffer there, because when he was behind me earlier, he was definitely faster. No point being all fake ego about it. He was a lot faster than me. I was just had the car was set up in such a way that he just couldn't get past me. God, bloody 8.1 in this car. Such a weird line to take through there, but it feels like the fastest, frankly. Can't do much more than that. Really soft through Stavolo too. I just don't like the car through. God, he's gaining now. Car just hooked up right now, it seems. You haven't got to do too much to me. Remember, I still have track position, which is very important. Yeah, we're on 20. Okay, we've got a couple of laps left. Jimmy. He's gonna see that gap coming down. He's gonna be. That's gonna just encourage him. That's such an encouraging thing when you see the gap coming down in front. I can't tell you. This gives you another set of encouragement. Funnily enough, because of the it being so hot in this headset, the tear-offs aren't actually, lack of tear-off isn't really affecting me. It's more my own vision being obscured by the condensation in here. I think we should be okay. If I make a mistake, it'll be on me, but I just don't want to take anything to chance right now, given how quick it was earlier. I want this 4th place. I've been in it for a while now. I've grown accustomed to it. I don't want to be giving it up.
You've got 2 laps to go.
There you go. So the fast boy just crossed the start-finish line. Shows you just how much better he is around here than we are. Jeez. Just saving a bit of VRS there. I noticed it was getting a bit low again. I don't want to be in a position where if he catches me I just cannot defend. No! 5x, sad boys. Well, I still think a lot of my time lost is in the braking. Oh wow, just tipped my rear wheel there on the curb. You saw the car hop in the air. No! Christ almighty. Come on, car, don't be giving up on me now.
5 laps of fuel.
Mistakes creeping in. Really low last sector there. Easy, okay, good. We should be alright, we should be okay. I'm pretty comfortable now. He is gaining quickly, but not quick enough. You see though, just increasing the pace, just how this car really doesn't respond to it. The car has a running speed that it likes, especially on this setup, and he doesn't really like going beyond that at all. Do that, scarier things happen. Not quite full throttle through there for the longest time. Feels like a fucking eternity.
The white flag. That means 1 more lap to go.
There you go, 1 more lap. I'll keep together 1 more lap. I'm going to turn it up, use all the ERS. Just make sure he's got absolutely nothing when we get across the line. Oh my god, the car is so skaty now. Gap down to just over 6 seconds from what was 12 or so. Taking a big chunk of time out of me. It's not going to be enough though, I don't think. On me now though, if I make a mistake, that's it. Sometimes that's a lot of pressure, but see if we can rise to it, shall we? run through there. Let's turn up a bit more, shall we? Let's just go fast. Doesn't mean I got to be a soft boy through some of these corners, but maybe I mean his charge has sort of halted a little bit. I think maybe he was smashing the ERS and he ran out. Now he's got nothing else left in the tank. There used to be a glitch with this thing. Maybe it's the same now, where you'd just run it empty all the time with maximum regen and then maximum deployment, and that was faster than actually managing it. I'm unsure if that's still the same. If it is, that's pretty sad because it shouldn't be that way, but I'm running without that knowledge, so I'm hoping this is the fastest way of running it. It's such a factor that is, trying to think what everyone else is doing around you with their ERS. We actually caught the guy in front a little bit, that's nice. Not enough to, of course, catch him, but nice to know that we have had the speed in the car, at least at the end. I was looking down to see if maybe he ran out of fuel, hopefully, but he didn't. So it's looking like a done deal. Just the bus stop ready to go, and Blanchimont, of course. I'm going to err on the side of caution through here this time through. There you go, nice and easy, no point to risk it now. Just the bus stop to go, nice early braking, no drama. Easy, nice and softly now. And there we go, nice, P4. Now, our first time back in iDPS for a very long time. I am happy with that. I am super happy with that.
Here's the checkered flag.
A lot of that came from our start.
Great job, you did really well.
Going from 10th to 4th off the line was 5th, I should say, really, was a decent start. And just managing to take 4th in the end there. Not quite sure why David pitted. I think he would have definitely had me because it was early in the race and he was on me. But good job to David, good job to the winner, and there you go. Somehow managed to come home in P4. But guys, if you enjoyed that video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, hit subscribe to be notified of future videos. Take care everyone, have an awesome day, see you all next time.